What's up, everybody? Welcome. It's a Friday edition of House Divided here on Orange Bloods Live. I'm Jeff Ketchum. That's Chad Hastings. Gonna be with you for a little while. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the page, do that stuff, like it. We appreciate all things that require clicks, except for the negative ones. Don't do that. Speaking of clicks, you can jump into the Specs chat, click the submit button, and that's how you engage. And then there are other buttons you can push that send us money. We like those as well.
Our guy Chris Bennett is asking a question. I feel like you're setting me up, CB. I don't know what the answer to that question is today. I feel like I'm being set up. H-Dog jumping in with some hook'em emojis too. So jump on in the chat. If
you're allowed to gig them if you need to gig them.
Yeah, I just don't know exactly what. I feel like CB's setting me up there. I'm not sure if I'm gigging right on this Friday. I never know.
You don't know quite what that means, but it might involve like you getting clowned on in like no time. So
it might. And Chris Bennett, remember, just about every Aggie I've ever met would tell you the answer is no. No would be the answer to that question. Uncle Mickey, north of the border. We are ready to roll today. Going to have a good Texas football discussion. Catch, it's combine time. Everything's cranked up. You watched some 40-yard dashes yesterday?
I did not, but I kept an eye on the ones that I gambled on. It mostly featured a bunch of guys who canceled their 40s, and it just really disappointed me. Walter Nolan.
Yeah, what's up with my guy Walter Nolan? Come on, Walter. It's
not happy with Walter Nolan.
Bad enough
you pissed off.
Left College Station for hotty toddy, and now you don't want to run a 40?
Get out there and run the 40, man.
By the way, Catch, for those Longhorn fans that didn't see it, and I'll tell you to go watch if you haven't watched. I know Daddy Sorrell has been a part of this chat from time to time. Oh, my goodness. Baron Sorrell, 6'3", 256 are the measurements. He ran a 4.68 40 catch, and it was beautiful. It was like a dump truck dipped in gravy. Beautiful. And I am a certified broad jump snob. I'm a broad jump freak, and I love to watch it. He broad jumped 10-1. You broad jump over 10 feet, I'm going to notice. Baron Sorrell got 256 out to 10'1". Nice job, 88. He looks smooth, Catch.
I need to circle back and just explore something. Do you have a dump truck fetish?
A dump truck fetish? No, not fetish. It's just that when I try to describe the big freaky athletes, I like either a refrigerator or a dump truck. It's a good image. Yeah, and I decided to go dump truck there.
Dipped in gravy
because it was a smooth dump truck. It looked like the toughest dump truck to tackle ever. Like if you were going to tackle a dump truck, you'd want it to be rough. You'd want it to be like covered in sand so you'd have something to grab onto. You dip it in gravy, I can't tackle that dump truck anymore.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I regret exploring that. Or I don't. I'm not. I'm in a weird I'm in purgatory with regards to how that turned out.
You asked.
I did ask. I did. And look, it's going to be a busy day, busy weekend for the Longhorns. Like when you send 100 of those guys to the combine like the Longhorns have this year, every day is like Longhorn Day. So Quinn Ewers is right around the corner. He's been doing interviews. Everybody. I mean, it is that time of the year. And I think, we had our war room over at orangebloods.com. And oh, by the way, there is the QR code, man. Scan that bad boy today. It takes care of the signing up process real easy for you. And in fact, scanning the QR code that we've created, I've been told is the fastest sign up process in the history of Rivals. That this is as good as it gets. And sometimes the sign up process is kind of a pain in the ass. So streamlined it. Join Orange Bloods today. We'd love to have you. Go check out the War Room. I knew this is always one of the best War Rooms of the year because Alex and Cody get a chance to go to the combine and basically ask everybody there a bunch of Texas themed questions. And, you never know what you're going to get. And with a number of guys that have transferred in from the portal, there was a lot of Travis Shaw discussion. There was some Isaiah Bond discussion as well. And it's a continuation of a conversation that's been going on for a while. You got to go back to last season. And I think it is, and I think there's some Cam Williams pieces of this as well. Because one of the things that happened at the end of last season was we know that Isaiah Bond got hurt in the Oklahoma game, started to really look like he was turning the page in the Florida game. That was really the last time we saw Texas use him as a all-purpose, able to do it all kind of badass weapon. And then he got injured. He re-injured the injury from October. He was never the same again. When he was on the field, it felt like he was just a complete decoy. I think by the end of the season, when he re-aggravated again, when we saw him come off the field and slam the helmet down, and it was like, oh, God, that's probably it, right? Like, we're not going.
Yeah, that sucked.
We knew then that was probably it for Isaiah Bond, and yet there is this sense from some inside the program that Isaiah Bond, the word selfish has been used to describe Isaiah Bond, and the selfishness has been used in the context of, I think Texas thought they could have gotten more out of him on the field, and by the end, he was protecting his body. I think it brings a real interesting conversation of like, who the hell do we think we are to call someone selfish if like they're looking out for themselves? And not in a selfish way, but in a responsible way.
Well,
if
yeah.
Chad and I were getting ready to cross Highway 290, and I was like, whoa. What if we don't, like, on foot? That doesn't seem safe. What? Catch is being selfish, thinking of himself. What's like, well, no, I mean, sometimes it's like the word defensive. We've turned the word defensive into like this catchword for something that's supposed to be awful. And yet, if a burglar intrudes your home and you defend it, you've been defensive. Like there's all kinds of ways to be defensive and it not be like, oh, here we go again. Crybaby Chad defending himself.
In sports catch, I always think of the cocky and confident thing where sometimes we'll talk about what's that line between confident and cocky. Sometimes that can be the exact same thing. Somebody will see it one way. Somebody sees it the other way. In this case, I don't know what that other word would be, but like, again, like you said, self-awareness to selfishness. Like we want these players you want them to tell you the truth. You want them to be honest with you on a medical standpoint. Then they also want you to be honest with them.
Well, look, they recruited Isaiah Bond with the sales pitch of you plan to be in college football for one more year, and then you're going to the NFL. There will be no better platform than in a Steve Sarkisian offense and at Texas. Look at what we did with Adonai Mitchell. Look at, we're starting to build a track record of this is a school where if you're a transfer receiver, you come, you blow up for a season, you go pro. Well, Matthew Golden, not Matthew Golden, but Isaiah Bond, I think was pretty honest from the moment that he signed. I'm a hired gun.
Mm-hmm.
I am not here to get a degree. I am here to play one season of football, and then I want to go to the NFL. And as he got closer towards the end of the season, he probably made some business decisions with regards to, nah, man, I'm good. And I just, this was a guy that re-injured himself a few times.
Yeah.
One of the things that he would not have wanted after a season full of injuries is to go to the combine injured.
Yeah, I agree totally with Vivek here. Dude, it was clear Bond was compromised with his burst. He was injured. How the hell was he selfish? I would not use that word to describe at least what I saw. I don't know the full story, obviously, but
and yet that's what he's battling.
Yeah, that's wild.
In Indianapolis.
It's crazy too. We know we know about this, the craziest job interview ever. And Catch, I'm sure guys could tell us through the years about how hard it is to shake a rep once you get it in Indianapolis. You're talking to team after team. How do you shake that rep if that's the word? Little selfish, or however whatever they would say. He's selfish. He's into himself. It's all about him or whatever. Like, how do you shake that once it's out there?
And then I think of Cam Williams, who, like Isaiah Bond, I think once he got ahead of steam on the field this year and NFL talent evaluators took notice, I think Cam Williams was like, I'm in it for a season. And if I can go to the NFL, I'm going to go to the NFL. He gets hurt at the end of the season. He's playing hurt. He comes back. He does the thing that really Isaiah Bond doesn't do. In the biggest games of the season, Ohio State, think about that, right? He comes back. He throws himself on the field. I'll be there for my team. And what happens? He was awful. He wasn't 100%. Mm-hmm. And now you're constantly hearing NFL evaluators say, man, we don't know about this Cam Williams guy because did you see his film against Ohio State?
Yep. Like, and that's their ultimate Bible. Above everything else, they'll tell you, man, I'm going to trust my eyeballs watching film. Hey, what happened at the combine? Well, I got to go back to the film. And that's what the film is.
Like, Cam Williams is being punished in the draft lead up for really doing the thing that I think Isaiah Bond is being criticized for not doing. So you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah,
it's
a good point.
What college football will want of its players, and I think what fans will want, and I think, look, Steve Sarkisian is a bit selfish. If we could just, it's okay. It's okay. I don't mind.
What
big time head coach for my college head football coach to be a little bit selfish.
Yeah. Right. What badass college football coach is not that on some level?
I mean, they're head football coaches.
Right.
But we lived through the Xavier Worthy thing. Like, we know what that was.
I thought of that too. Like, what part of that discussion would we talk about selfishness on, on both sides of that? Like, I definitely know about what felt like a weird selfishness on one side of that. At least to me, it felt weird, if not selfish.
I mean, some would say a guy got left hanging out to dry.
Right. And that's the thing. We had this. It's funny, Catch. We've been having this discussion these last few days. We weren't even talking about Bond, I think, the last time we had the discussion. But it's that thing. We were talking about Sark and injuries and the whole Worthy thing. Somebody was asking us about Mac back in the day and quarterbacks and stuff like that. There's just been a lot of those stories of what's the line where you're trying to not give the other team information on injuries. What's that line you cross where you're hanging your players out to dry?
Look, Quinn Ewers just did an interview where he's like, they called it an oblique strain.
Yeah, it was Quinn. That's who we were talking about. It was Quinn.
But it felt a lot worse than that.
Yeah.
And what would Sark tell you? I don't know what he's talking about.
Nah, he was fine. It was good.
We don't have a quarterback in pain right now.
Right.
Or where injuries are affecting the play or anything like that. And like, look, I just think at what point can we all stop the notion that someone who's trying to do the best, make the best decisions they can for themselves with a bunch of really complicated little tentacles to all of it, right? I mean, I'm sure Isaiah Bond would love to have thrown caution to the wind and gave one for the team, right? By all means, I don't have any college football left. I want to play in the last game. But you don't want to do it at the expense of at the end of February not being healthy and then costing your family money. Like, I don't know. I'm just really uncomfortable with the notion of how we sometimes label these players.
Mm-hmm.
The moment they're not looking out for the team and the team first and only the team first. And then when that actually happens, like Cam Williams, a whole bunch of fans shit on him after that game was over without saying, you know what? Dude probably shouldn't even been out on the field. I'm not going to beat up Cam too bad for that. He tried. That's not how people reacted.
No, not at
Not
all.
even close.
And then this is interesting, Catch. Chris Bennett throws in, Quinn said he was only healthy in 2024 for like 2 or 3 games. Once that happens, how does a fan react to that? If their quarterback in 2024 says that, do they get on the quarterback for that? Or do they think of or they get on the coach for that?
Well, I think ultimately you don't get on anybody for that because they made the semifinals.
There's that too.
But when Arch Manning is your backup quarterback and he might be the better player anyway, and you're playing an ineffective hurt guy, I think it's fair to now. But look, we know ultimately that was Sark's guy. Like he was just, as long as Quinn Ewers was going to make himself available, he was going to ride Quinn to the end.
Yeah.
Was it the right decision? I mean, this is not me doing this in revisionist history. I said for months that I thought Arch Manning was the better player and that I would have been playing Arch over Quinn, who was not at 100%. And, but at the end of the season, Texas still has a damn near storybook season. So that's not so much the conversation today. Is just like, what I just feel like as fans of the sport, let's stop vilifying these college athletes. It's because of the other side. Because if you can't let Isaiah Bond and Cam Williams, if neither can be right, then what are we doing? What you're saying is nothing the players ever do is ever good enough unless they're perfect.
Yeah, you're right. And that is absolutely not fair.
And we don't ask anybody else to be perfect. Steve Sarkisian just got a raise. We know he wasn't perfect in 2024. He was really damn good though. And I feel like when I look back on Isaiah Bond, I will remember that when he was healthy, holy shit, was he good?
Oh, yeah.
When I look at Cam Williams, I'm going to look back and say, when that guy wasn't hurt, every week he graded out really highly, which is crazy when you consider he had like 1,200 penalties. Like, how good was he that he graded out really, really well with all of those penalties? I mean, it was a running joke that, really the game hadn't even started until Cam got number 2. So, I don't know. As we do the combine thing this weekend, Chad, I just hate hearing some of these Texas players get nitpicked. One for bravery and the other for what's being described as like a lack of bravery. And it's like, well, no. Couldn't it have been real good, common, smart sense?
Yeah, no, it's so strange. If you guys want to jump in on the chat, we're getting some good chats. We do see those super chats that came in.
Bring them on.
We will definitely get to those. Also, we got some ideas for you today. How about an online poker idea? Oh, yeah. Hijackpoker.com. Get to it. If you're in the state of Texas, go play some online poker. You can deposit and cash out at one of the 6 Texas Card House locations. Of course, Texas Card House is the sponsor of us here at House Divided each and every day. I
haven't told you about this, Chad. I need to interrupt you. Breaking news. Next Wednesday at noon.
Next Wednesday. Okay.
You and I will be doing the show as normal. Except I'm going to be playing, and everybody that wants to sign up can be playing. We're doing a live $20 buy-in, I think $2,000 guarantee tournament live on the show.
Wait a minute. You're going to be playing a poker tournament live while we do the show?
Yeah, we were have my cards up on the screen and everything.
Now, that's not going to be a big deal to me. You played cards like the first 3 years we did radio together. Pretty much every show. That's not the part that's weird. I'm just wondering, from just a legality standpoint, you're going to do a show and still be able to focus on cards and all that stuff live?
Chad,
I
once did a show with you where when you talked, I wrote a book.
Yeah, that's true. The book era did happen. Now, and I'm not even
playing poker at the same time.
Now, wait a minute. You're misunderstanding me. I'm not saying I doubt your ability to multitask. You're the best.
It sounded like you were doubting my ability to multitask.
Not at all. You're the best multitasker I think I've ever met. That's not what I'm saying. I'm thinking of other poker players and TCH Social Austin itself. That just feels weird to me. If I'm another poker player, I'm playing with a guy who's doing a live YouTube show. Is that does that happen?
Well, and we'll run the feed on the screen on a delay, so those bastards aren't watching and looking at my cards live in real time.
Oh, okay. That was another thing I was.
Catch has got pocket aces fold.
I was gonna say, like, what is? Yeah, okay, all right.
I'm all in.
Dude,
and the guy's
awesome.
like, well, Catch, I see your cards and you missed your draw. I'll call.
There you go. Next Wednesday, Catch at TCH Social.
No.
Is it gonna be Austin, or are you gonna be the one in the Woodlands?
I'm gonna be here.
You're gonna be the one in the Woodlands.
No,
okay.
I'm going to be here.
Oh, you're gonna be sitting there, but playing
on hijack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were saying you were going to a location. Never mind. Gotcha. Okay. Sorry.
No, anybody in the state of Texas watching the show next Wednesday. And look, I'll have all the information up on Orange Woods later today. I've got the copy points and everything. I'm just running behind.
Very cool.
Wednesday, yes.
That's awesome.
We're going to have the awesomeness, the luxury of doing a Wednesday. And who knows? It's a Wednesday show. So at least we'll have that to lean on.
That is awesome. It's going to be great. Next Wednesday, it's going to feel like old times to Catch. He's going to be playing online poker and pretending to pay attention to me.
I'm going to do both. You're going to be so happy.
It's going to be just like
old times. Catch, you're the most awesome. You're the most awesome multitasker. When it's over with, I might want a trophy.
No, I think you'll earn it. I think you'll absolutely earn it. It's going to be awesome. Before we get to these super
chats, like a Dundee Award, and it'll just say best multitasker.
It will be a Dundee. You're right. You'll be like Michael Scott, giving yourself an award. Real quick before we get those super chats, let me also give you this idea to get out to the Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room. Pineapple is here, kids. 9 different flavors are now available. Get on out there, figure out what your favorite is. They are cranked and ready to go. Since it's a Friday, 11 to 7. Yep, they're open. They're also open 11 to 7 tomorrow. And on Sunday, it is 12 to 5. Have some of that great barbecue from Crimson Creek Smokehouse. Pair it up with the vodka cocktails or a tasting. It is so, so good. Have some fun. Make sure you do it responsibly and enjoy the great weather out at the Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room. All right, Catch, I am warning you in advance. At least one of these super chats is way off topic, but we'll hit them both. We always say we will. So let's start with Matt. $5, buy or sell. I should get wings instead of a burger for lunch.
Where are we going?
Yeah, Matt, we might need a little more information. Just surface level, I would say sell and go burger because it's a little cleaner for lunch. I'm not like a messy lunch guy. So if you're going to dig into some wings, you don't need to have plans later. So I don't know.
I'm never going to tell you not to go to like Dan's Hamburger, but like if you're near the TCH Social, I would recommend a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. And their wings are great. So
Matt, again, where are we thinking?
Yeah. Let us know if you want to give us some details. We can help you out there.
Get some bad beat bacon.
Yeah, bad beat bacon. Always a good idea. That might trump both of those other ideas. All right, Catch. It's about to get weird. Google Scholar, $4.99 in honor of Black History Month, which is ending today on the 28th. Top 5 black guys. I'll go first. 1, Jesus. Well played. 2, Denzel. 3, LeBron. 4, Vince. 5, John B's discography. Honorable mention, Bun B. Okay.
I have a hard time with Bun B. Only getting honorable mention here.
Yeah, what is that?
And, Bun B, Trill Burgers. Maybe the burger wings question just got answered with the next super chat. Maybe you can't go get a Trill Burger, but in honor of Bun B and Black History Month, just go get a Dan's Hamburger and call it and pretend it's a Trill Burger.
Yeah.
Kind of, they're not too dissimilar.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Yummy.
Google Scholar, I don't know exactly who I would remove, but I feel like Samuel L. Jackson should be considered. When you ask me about my favorite, Samuel L. is just one of my favorites. So
I mean, my top 5. Okay. I don't know. I'm not in. I have never ranked black men in my life. There's a lot of them.
I never have thought about
it. How do I rank? Okay. They don't have to be American, right?
No.
I'm going to go Mohamed Salah.
Oh, there it is. There it is. He clicked into the Liverpool side of his brain.
I'm going to go Sadio Mane.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to the people of Senegal.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go Virgil van Dijk. I literally have the man painted above my head. Wait.
Okay.
That sounded
weird, but yeah. It sounded a little weird, but I think the people understood it.
All right, we're 3 in.
Yes.
I mean, favorite, golly. Otis Redding, easily, got to be in my top 5.
Otis is a solid choice. I like that.
And why can't I have a woman in there?
Because that's not the discussion. What do you mean, why can't you have? That's like saying, who are your favorite men's tennis players of all time? Why can't I say Chris Evans?
I don't know, man. It just seems like for Black History Month, I'm leaving out the women.
Okay.
Well. But if we're adding one more guy, do I want to go Denzel? Like, this is so much pressure. I wasn't ready to answer this question. I'll go Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. How about that, Google Scholar? You got your $4.99 out of that one. Throwing Ray Charles in. Like that. Okay, Catch, we know the battle now. Matt says the 2 closest to my office are Wingstop and Brahms. LOL. First off, there's no LOL. I don't know why you're LOL in that. The heck are you doing, Matt? Don't put out 2 places that do good work and then say LOL. What's the LOL? I like it's a hell of a battle. What do you do, Catch?
I've never had Brahms.
Oh! What? Wait a minute. Hold on.
I don't even know where a Brahms is.
Wait. You were a good old country boy from Waco. You're telling me there wasn't a Brahms in Waco when you were growing up?
Not that I can remember.
Ironically, I think there's one there now.
I can see the. Feels like they got one in Hillsboro. Like if you're driving through. Is that what I'm thinking? Okay.
Ding, ding.
You know what? Then I probably have been to a Brahms. I may have stopped at that one in Hillsboro.
I was about to say the one in Hillsboro is the one we've hit the most recently. Matt, I'm a
Brahms.
I'm going to say Brahms. I'm a Brahms mark. when Brahms came to Waxahachie, y'all have no idea how happy life got. I'm going with Brahms. That bacon cheeseburger. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Matt.
Do it.
Wingstop. There.
Get it done. Wings. I wouldn't go that far. I like Wingstop.
No, you had to tell yourself that. I'm not saying in general.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying in this particular notion.
In that discussion, it's got to be Brahms.
Yeah.
Got to go Brahms.
In this one instance, tomorrow, you can go hug Wingstop if you want to.
Yeah.
Today?
Catch our man David Keith. Our man David Keith is leaning back towards the discussion. There were games that Quinn Ewers played this season where he visibly looked as though he was a detriment to the team. As much as I like Coach Sarkisian, more concern about that should have been made.
David, I don't know what to tell you, my man.
We kept saying it over and over again. You and I kept asking Anwar about it. Hey, is anybody in the media going to ask
David,
him about
you realize, like, by the end of the year, Chad and I were not allowed to have Quinn Ewers discussions.
Nope.
People revolted on us. Like, oh, you guys are blaming him for the stock market crash. It's like, are we doing that? And it was like, yes, that is exactly what the people were doing. In fact, this weird thing happened on Orange Bloods. And it still happens. When people got pissed at me because I was breaking Ewers in the Texas passing game down by quarter, I never made a big deal out of it. It was just stuff that I did. But the problem was he wasn't playing well. And when you don't play well, it looks even worse sometimes when it's broken down by quarter because you're like, that really isn't good, is it? And by the end, it was like, even this weekend, something popped up and it was like, did Ketch break his play down by quarter? And it was like, that's what we've done in this Quinn Ewers thing. There was never any room for nuance.
No.
There was never any room for like, hey, what if what our eyeballs are telling us is true? Oh, shut up, Ketch. Here you go again. Never have anything. Anwar literally said on a show this season, that I hated Quinn Ewers.
He said it more than once, too. Yes, he did. and
I hated him.
And along the way, that's the problem, Ketch.
Who meant that, Chad?
I know. And the problem then also became that you were daft enough to have a discussion, multiple discussions, about the starting quarterback at Texas. How dare you? How dare you? Who does that? The starting quarterback at Texas.
Chad, I still cannot believe that on an Overreaction Monday show, the words "you hate Quinn Ewers" came out of Anwar's mouth.
Your face when he said that, I was dumbfounded like you were, because we're doing a show together every day, and I'm like, did he just say that? And then your face was priceless. You're like, what are you talking about?
I made him clarify.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's unreal. David Keith, it is an unreal, it's so bizarre. But to tie it back to this discussion here of Bond or Williams or whatever, Ketch, that's what this is all a part of. And you want, as a fan, here's what it is. As a fan, you want every coach to do what's absolutely best for the football team. Period. Do what's best for the team.
Exactly.
While caring about individual players, but you got to do what's best for the team. You want your players.
I never judge Sark for wanting Isaiah Bond on the field as a decoy. I get it.
Exactly, right? But then with the player side, you want the player to want to go out there and do what's absolutely best for the football team. While if he's worried about himself when he's 60 and whatever, yeah, you got to take that into account, but do what's best for the football team. The problem is, who the hell is the referee that gets to decide when the humanity kicks in? That's the part we're never,
get the answer to that question, let me know, because I've been asking humanity questions for years, and I don't have any answers yet.
That's the tough part. It's like, who was supposed to step up during the whole process that we found out about with Sark and Xavier Worthy and go, his hand's broken. Did y'all know? Have you seen the x-rays are like right over there? His hand is broken.
And by the way, I was the big player defender that time too.
Right? Because if the coach steps up, he's being an alarmist, right? And he's not giving Xavier Worthy a chance. If Xavier Worthy steps up, well, he's a wuss, right? He don't want to play. He doesn't love this team enough.
Xavier never got love. None.
His hand's broken.
No one ever was like, hey, can we stop for a second and give it up to X? Because I'll be honest, I don't know another Texas wide receiver. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody else that I can remember that was ever told that I know played through a broken hand, was asked to be the number one wide receiver, never shrinked from the challenge, never made any excuses. It's literally like if you came up with a 10 commandments of things you'd want from your player, Xavier Worthy did that.
Right.
When it was over with, nobody was like, damn, man, Xavier's a junkyard dog. We need to forgive him for those drop passes because that dude never took himself out.
Yeah. And that needs to be right. He didn't get enough of the badge of honor because that is what the player is supposed to do.
And then you know what they said afterwards? That shit wasn't really broke. If it was broke, why didn't Sark tell everybody it was broke?
Yeah. And then, right? But eventually he actually did. And that moment That was that crossroads moment where you're like, wait, did he just say that? But that's the thing, Catch. You got to have
it. Remember, in the offseason, he was walking around with it, like he had offseason surgery and he was walking around in a cast. And Texas fans were like, did he really need to wear the cast? Or was he wearing the cast 6 weeks later as a Jedi mind trick in the event that someone took a photo of him on social media? Yeah. Then it would pop up and we would see the cast on the hand, and then it would be a convenient excuse because the son of a bitch can't catch.
Stop. It ain't fair. It ain't fair because half of the Longhorn fans are going to hear Quinn Ewers this week and go, okay, I get what he's saying. And the other half are going to go, there's his excuse. He's making excuses.
Sometimes an excuse is just the reason why something happens. And you're going to hear, you guys.
There it is.
Anwar loves that one, by the way.
Yep.
He thinks I hate Quinn Ewers, but he loves that expression. It's a hard one, but it's just fascinating watching. Like, I just think in general, all of us, we just got to have more grace for everybody involved. Understand that the coaches, because here's what I think happened with Isaiah Bond, okay? He gets hurt in the Oklahoma game. He comes back. He comes back. He's playing through it. He's back for Florida. He really looked explosive in that game. Gets hurt again. And I think at some point, someone likely said, hey, dog, we need you. And he probably said at that point, like, no, man, like I did this already and I got hurt and I'm not coming back again until I'm healthy. And at that point, someone probably said, hey, man, at this time of the year, we're all not healthy. Come on, man, we need you. And Isaiah Bond probably said, yeah, no, but I'm injured. Yeah. And I'm not healed from October when the injury occurred. So, no. And I think so I think it probably at that point, it's like, hey, well, Isaiah's not coming back. He doesn't want to play. He wants to get healthy. He's not buying into that we're all hurt and look at Quinn. He's been playing. I think he said, look, man, my feet are my feet. Got to have my feet. This ain't playing with a broken hand. These are my money makers. And no, man, I can't. And I think at that point it was, well, you could understand why the perception from the inside would be kind of selfish. And look, if the guys on the team or the coaches internally believe that, hey, man, it's a jungle inside a locker room, man. It is not always a pure meritocracy. It is jungle ball sometimes.
Yeah, with that guy, though, you just feel like maybe he would have built up.
We had to start doing these things where it's like, hey, man, we knew he was going to go pro. We know when combines are. What would, if he had played in January and really re-aggravated it? I mean, it's 6 weeks ago they were playing. What if he couldn't go at the combine? What if there were questions about whether or not he would be able to be 100% for his pro day? Yeah. Like, we gotta be able to be decent enough people to go, man, it sucks, but it makes total sense that Isaiah Bond had to be selfish in his own best interests, because we're not talking about testing in November. We're talking about ultimately testing in a few weeks because he's got to get ready for the combine. It's not like 6 weeks from the last time Texas played a game. And then it's like, all right, well, man, when was the last time you played? 6 weeks ago? Huh. Well, go throw your cleats on and run.
Yeah. And maybe the best line to draw, Catch, is with every player, there are moments when you need to be thinking about the team, and there are moments when you need to be thinking about yourself. And sometimes there's just big crossroads moments where you got to go from one to the other. You just do.
Well, sometimes they're going to be like in unison together.
Yeah, but there's some cases where even if it's not what's maybe the absolute best thing for the team, somebody, and maybe it's just yourself, but somebody's got to say, hey, you got to look out for yourself here. You've got to look out for it's what the guys say when they talk about contract stuff. And it should be what they say in these cases. You know your body, you know your situation, and this is your opportunity. So you gotta, make the best of it, and you got to make those determinations.
You know what? Today I was almost selfish as a team member on the show.
Yes.
Well, I went out yesterday, had to run some errands,
mm-hmm.
and man, I can't. My clothes are just falling off of me. So I was like, I can't go out into public anymore where I'm clutching my shorts so that they don't fall down. So I went to the mall today, and it was 11:30, Chad, and I hadn't found anything yet.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't leaving the mall without some clothes that fit. So the show could have been 5-10 minutes late today because I was at the mall, 100% being selfish.
Gotcha. A, I appreciate you not being selfish. And B, since you know how cheap I am, I'm going to ask, you have a belt, right? Couldn't you just...
The belt is too big.
Really?
Everything's too big.
It's time for new belts now.
Yeah.
Look,
that's the thing.
That's got to be a good feeling right there. New belt time.
That's way back in the day, the worst was when you'd have to cut your own notches.
Oh yeah. Now new hole punch day. That's not good. That can't be good. New hole punch day can't be good. Get an ice pick or something. Yeah. No.
Ice pick.
Yeah, remember the old school. Do you have one of those in your house? Do people still have ice picks?
I don't. I can just remember one time, I had to get a knife.
Yeah.
And just gnaw a hole into the belt.
Yeah.
Shit worked.
It works. It works. Doesn't work for some.
Today I was in the mall 20 minutes before the show started. And I was and the other thing is I just got to throw all my clothes away.
Wow.
I just bought this t-shirt and I may wear it every day next week.
Yeah. You could donate the clothes, right? You could just donate them.
I think my wife wants to sell them in a garage sale.
You could do that too. Yeah.
So all big men of the woodlands, be on the lookout.
You ought to put a big sign at the front of the neighborhood. Woodlands big and tall sale.
You know the worst. Okay, I'm going to save it. Here's an early buy or sell question.
Okay, go ahead. Well, I was going to say, though, that's a niche, Catch. There aren't many niche garage sales, but that's a niche you can advertise. Hey, big and tall. We got big and tall clothes.
You know who will be there? All the women who have big husbands.
That's exactly right. Exactly. You're going to see some fine-ass 6'2" and 6'4" and 6'5" ladies walking up what do you got? Let's go.
And it'll be what do you see? The hanger over there that's leaning down? the one that looks like it has 7,000 pounds of garments on it. It's warped. The bar. It's that one.
That's your section right over there. Right over there is where you're headed. Oh,
careful.
My God.
If they get unbalanced, the whole damn thing will go off like a seesaw.
All right. You said you got a pre-buy or sell for me?
Buy or sell number one. In 2007, I was a guest in Roger Staubach's luxury suite. Do you remember that?
I remember, yes.
And that day, I went to the Cowboys gift shop to buy a Mitchell and Ness Staubach throwback because I wanted to get Roger to sign it. I didn't look when I bought it. No, those things are expensive, right?
Oh, has to be, yeah.
It's $500.
Damn.
And I accidentally bought a 5X.
A 5X?
Do you want me to go get it and show it to you? Buy or sell accidentally buying the wrong $500 Mitchell and Ness. So the thing is, once I figured it out, I couldn't get Roger to sign it because who the hell wants to frame a 5X jersey?
Yeah, you'd have needed 5 frames.
The damn thing wanted to take it up the side of the house.
That's crazy. Yeah, you don't have a wall big enough.
I lost the receipt and I couldn't return it.
That's rough.
Hey, I tell you what, pay a bill. Pay a bill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's hanging in the closet.
All right, I want you to go get it. I'm gonna play the AV consultation spot. It'll give you the time you need to figure this out. Oh my God! All right, Catch is gonna go grab that.
I've never confessed this to anybody other than my cousin John, who was with me when I did it.
Wow! And remember, the only thing bigger than a 5X jersey are the awesome screens they can get.
And I have never been so big that I can wear a goddamn 5X jersey.
At AV Consultations. Here we go.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. We've been providing custom electronic systems for Central Texas for more than 36 years. And
old man, I think they all know who you are and what your company does. This is Camilla McKay. The old man believes in big fun and big ideas. He can make dreams come true, so why not dream big? I've been up in Boston, but I know the old man and all his friends and fellow radio heads have been spreading the holiday spirit here in Texas. Why should we stop there? Keep spreading the good feelings all over. Audiovisual Consultations carries all major brands of televisions and stereo equipment at prices you can't find in stores. And you don't have to leave your house. Just like Santa, they deliver the gifts to you.
Yeah, I like that, kid. Throw a party, hang out with your friends, catch a concert.
That's all fun and good, but can we get back to the business? You can give us a call at 512-255-8678 or visit our website at avconsultations.com for some cool electronics.
Oh, now you're forgetting something.
And as always, hug your kids. We only pretend to be annoyed. Watch some games with
All right.
This big ass jersey.
Oh my God.
Like the damn thing goes down to the floor. I can hide behind the jersey, Chad.
My God. Roger Staubach, Danny White, and Tom Landry could have fit in that jersey back in the day.
Let's look at this. Let me see if I can
5X. Catch, how did you end up with
75?
How'd you end up with a 5X? Seriously. Why did they make a 5X in 75?
I don't know, but it was
like, what are we
throwback.
doing? Oh, it was a throwback to 75. Okay, so they made it after that, but still, that's a lot. That's a lot of shirt, man. That's a lot of garment. You should just have that, not as an available item, but at the garage sale, the big and tall garage sale, have that to make everybody feel better. Like, hey, at least, nobody's fitting into this one, so could be good. Oh, that's fantastic. Real quick, a couple of it was the super chat came in from the Google Scholar, $1.99 of 5X. I'd have worn that in 2004. Google Scholar apparently might have been able to work that. Also, somebody asked a quick question about what's up with the Cisco shirt, Chad. I have worn it a couple times. Cisco, Texas, rock drums. Both sides of my family are from Cisco. So when I go out and hang with Doc Hastings and help him with weird stuff, that's out at my grandmother's old house, and it's in Cisco. So that's where my family's from. In fact, I'll be there in a couple weeks with the Indiana Jones background and everything coming up. But thank you for asking. Just repping Cisco, Texas. All right. This is Rock Drum says, imagine Staubach.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine Roger the Dodger trying to you can put the biggest shoulder pads they had. It would not have mattered. Like the flopping of the sleeves. And
I'm just telling you, I've never been more disappointed and upset at myself than looking like it was depressing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is just crazy. I knew about you being in the going to the suite and all that. You've never told me that version of that part of the story.
I've never told anybody. I've never admitted that story publicly until just now.
Damn, that is crazy.
18 years later, I finally am willing to admit what an idiot I am.
Oh, that is crazy. All right, we got buy or sell.
If any of you out there, if there's a big boy out there, right now, I'll give it to somebody that can wear it.
Are you serious?
I mean, it's just sitting in my closet.
Somebody might just lie to you.
I'm never going to frame it. It's too big.
They're going to lie. Because you said you never got him to actually sign it. So it's not signed.
It's never been worn.
Right.
Like, obviously.
Okay. Gotcha. That's crazy.
It's basically a brand new 18-year-old throwback jersey. If anybody's big enough that they're like, hey, man, I'll throw a 5X on and I'll enjoy the hell out of it, let me know, man. I won't send it to you. You have to pay for the shipping, but I'll get it to you.
I won't pay to ship something that big.
Well, I'm giving it to you. Like, you can at least throw out $7 and let me pay for me to put it in a box.
That's like shipping a sail on a boat. I'm not sending that to you. Hell no.
Have you ever seen that movie Summer Rental?
Yes.
They could have hung that instead of the pants at the end of the movie. They ran out of material.
Throw it up. Throw it up.
He's sailing his pants. I'm so glad you've seen that movie because I guarantee you 99.9% of the people watching this episode have not seen that beaut from the 80s.
Summer Rental. Summer Rental would have been, that's John Candy, right?
Yep. It's 85?
Yeah. The wife in Summer Rental is one of my favorites too. I can't remember that actress's name. She's brilliant. My wife is a big fan of Summer Rental.
John Larroquette's in that movie.
Larroquette, yep.
Well, you know who it's if you haven't seen Summer Rental,
that's solid. That's really solid.
It's low-key top 3 John Candy movie for me.
It's a good John Candy. Yeah, real good John Candy movie. All right, we're gonna get you some buyers.
There's a scene in that movie where Rusty the dog, by Rip Torn, is Scully, by the way, in case you
Rip
didn't know
Torn.
that.
Yep, Rip Torn. That's all you need to know. John Candy and Rip Torn. Just go watch that movie.
Rusty the dog is laying in bed with a guy who's smoking cigarettes and like has an ashtray in the master bedroom. John Candy walks in with a crutch. He's got a broken foot. And he's like, out of here. And that guy's watching the Smurfs.
I forgot about that part. He's watching
He tells him, hey, pal, I got here first. Go away. He's watching the Smurfs. He's like, oh, you like the Smurfs, huh?
Yeah.
Did you like the episode where the guy took the crutch and beat the shit out of Papa Smurf? Did you like that episode?
Oh my God. All right, we got to get to buy or sell here. Before we do it, Specs has a wine sale for you.
With hundreds of wines on sale, Specs is turning these aisles into the ultimate love story.
Uncork something special during Specs' huge wine sale, going on now. Specs, the fun starts.
Absolutely. All right, Catch, buy or sell. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first today. I've already got one question in.
You already slipped one in earlier, so you're good.
That's what she said. Buy or sell number 2. Also in the movie Summer Rental is Goonies heartthrob Carrie Green.
Oh, yeah.
Buy or sell Carrie Green, the teenage like love interest in the Goonies.
Yeah.
Top 5 80s cute girlfriend in the movies.
Whew.
I mean, she's either in or out. Like that's either for you, she's in it and you loved her forever, or she's probably not.
I'm going to sell and say there's probably 5 more I could come up with. She's not quite in my top 5. Top 10, but not top 5.
I'm kind of with you there. Like, I was always like, Carrie Green is beautiful, right? But it was never like, oh my God, Carrie Green.
Yeah, it wasn't stop my world kind of stuff, but absolutely a top 10er, yeah.
Buy or sell. If someone's going to score 60 points in an NBA game, no one will do it with more pizzazz than Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah. That's got to be a buy. I mean, especially when you use a word like pizzazz.
It's very zesty.
Like the only person I'm trying to think of the people in my life that could make 60 look fancy, have flair to it. And I'd have to mention people like Michael, Magic, Kobe, but nobody has ever done it like Steph, where logo threes and half court threes and 56-foot threes are like, they seem like no big deal. So yeah, it's a buy. Nobody put together a 50-60 piece like Steph Curry does. Nobody does. Not even Larry Bird in his prime did that. Steph is in a whole nother world.
There's never going to be another Steph Curry. We got one in our lives, and we need to appreciate it and for as long as we could possibly have him. Buy or sell number 4. You watched the number 1 ranked Texas women's basketball team last night, actually found yourself impressed that unranked Mississippi State gave them a game?
I mean, I'll buy in a way, kind of a baby buy. There's history there with the with Vic and all that kind of stuff. So that they put up a little bit of a fight, but it's a buy. I mean, Texas is on a roll. So I was surprised that it was a game late. What I wasn't surprised about is that when you back those junkyard dogs that wear the Texas jerseys into a corner, they are going to bite and claw and scratch and figure it out. It was so impressive to watch. Holly kind of giving me Heather Schreiber vibes with some big threes down the stretch. Harmon's shot, not just a half-court shot, but big shots when they need it. They're impressive, man. They're about, if they win this next one, they'll go 15-1 in conference.
And finally, buy or sell number 5. There will not be an NFL team on Hard Knocks this year during the summer. Nobody wanted to do it. Instead, the hoodie and UNC football will be featured on Hard Knocks, and you're in.
That's interesting.
Did I just break that news to you?
You did. Yeah, I had not heard that yet. I did. I'll buy it. I was not into the offseason Hard Knocks last. It was a Giants last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where we got to see the Saquon Barkley thing. So I didn't duck in because they were a division rival, maybe. Also, I'm more of an in-season Hard Knocks guy. I haven't gotten used to it. But yeah, Belichick in college, I might peek in on it. So I'll buy. Hard Knocks is good in any form, but I haven't committed myself to the offseason. I'll try this one. I'll give it a shot.
And bonus buy or sell.
Yes.
Buy or sell number 5B. There is a Liverpool Jurgen Klopp documentary on Amazon Prime right now. You'll give it a go.
Oh, definitely a buy. Because of you and everything you mentioned about Klopp and all that. Absolutely. I want to check it out.
All right.
I'll find out more about this man you love so much. All right.
Which was my dad, or at least my older brother.
Hey, you know what? I'll probably wish he was, my dad.
Dad's what I've gone with. Too late to change it now.
Yeah, that's it. No, you went with it. You got to stick with it. I'm sure I'll find out why when I watch it.
To be fair, it's not like I need to apologize to my dad.
Yeah, that's fair too. Yeah, the apologies only need to go one way on that.
That's right.
All right, Catch. Let's circle back around to Bond here. Buy or sell number 1. Isaiah Bond says he'll beat. That should be beat Xavier Worthy's 40 time. Probably a bad move.
Sell. Why is it a bad move? I mean, if he runs 4.25, that's still really fast.
Yeah,
7 still really, really fast. I mean, he's just trying to hype himself up. I'm okay with that.
Okay, just not sure if I draw the attention, but all right, I get it. All right, Catch.
No, he feels like he knows he's running into 4.2s.
Right.
If you know you're that fast, why do you care if anybody judges you because you weren't quite 4.1 fast?
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see if he can back up that boldness. Speaking of backing up boldness, Catch, here we go. Let's go to the good side of Texas hoops. Buy or sell number 2. Texas women will win on Sunday, go 15-1 in conference, then win the SEC tournament and make the Final Four.
I'm going to sell. I'm going to say they're going to lose in the SEC tournament final to South Carolina.
Okay.
But that they're going to make the Final Four.
Gotcha. I'd love to see a third one between those two. That'd be nice. That'd be very cool.
See a fourth one between those two.
Yeah, third and a fourth would be really good. All right, Catch. Let's see. Let's just test your coolness factor here. Buy or sell number 3. The Elimination Chamber is tomorrow night in the WWE. You'll watch a little, and you can name one man and one woman of the 12 involved in chamber matches.
LA Knight. Shit. Nope. So
close. So close.
I didn't want 5 guesses. I just was like, okay, if I can get the man, just what? Why is LA not in this thing?
LA Knight, yeah, he is not in the Elimination Chamber this year. Just to mention it, John Cena is going to be in it.
Yeah.
His last year. And on the women's side, Alexa Bliss is one of the participants back at it in the Elimination Chamber. So there you go. But no LA Knight. No LA Knight. He's in a different program right now. He's not on that. He's not in the chamber. That is tomorrow night on Peacock. Yeah. Just in case the Texas men's basketball team keeps playing like they've been playing, the Elimination Chamber is on Peacock. Catch birthday time, buy or sell number 4, Harry Carey. Would have been 111 tomorrow. And you can give me a quick Harry impersonation.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
So here's my favorite Harry that Bill Schoning's my favorite Harry Carey impersonation ever. He claims Harry once said this during a game. How can a guy from Mexico lose the ball in the sun? He used to always say that all the time. Happy birthday to Harry Carey. And finally, Catch, since we've been talking about her recently, I figured her birthday was worth a mention. Buy or sell, Allie Larder, 49 today. Catherine Bach will be 71 tomorrow. Prime on prime. Allie is hotter than Bach. Prime Daisy Duke against prime, whatever Allie Larder you want to take.
I'll sell.
Oh, okay. Sell. Going with Daisy Duke.
Well, because my thing is, I think Allie Larder is in her prime right now.
Okay.
I think she's better looking as an older woman than she was when she was a beautiful younger actress. I think the opposite about Catherine Bach, but when she was like in her heyday as Daisy Duke, like she's probably hotter by small margins over Allie Larder today.
Very nice. All right, there you go. Happy birthday to Allie, 40.
Allie Larder is a founding member of the brand new 2020s wall of the Cougar Hall of Fame.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
They just opened that wing of the hall up, and she was a first ballot 2020s. Congratulations, Allie Larder, by the way.
Very nice. Well done. Is that an age thing you have to hit, or how does that work?
I'm not going to get canceled today, Chad. Let's just go. Let's just say bye-bye.
Good point. Real quick super chat from Google Scholar. Buy or sell in a drama thriller, you'd prefer Hackman over Tommy Lee Jones and Jon Voight. I sell. Give me Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, I'll sell and give me Tommy Lee as well, but it's really close. And honestly, God, you know what? I'll buy. I'll go Hackman. And I'm going to tell everybody again, watch either The Conversation this weekend or Night Moves. Like both of those movies are kind of, I mean, The Conversation's generally regarded as one of the top 100 movies in the history of movies. Like it's a big deal, but over the years, it's kind of flown under the radar. Rent it this weekend, guys. I promise you. It is an amazing movie, and it is a fantastic Hackman performance.
There you go. Scholar, thank you for that. I'll take Tommy Lee Jones, the good old boy from San Saba, Texas.
What's your favorite Tommy Lee Jones drama?
Oh, geez. I mean, off the top of my head, it's The Fugitive.
Okay. It's hard.
I saw the speech the other night. Like, I stopped and I made my kid watch just that speech in case she's never going to watch the whole movie all the way through.
Did Tommy make you cry, though?
Did he?
Can he? Because could he do what Hackman does in Hoosiers, which is that movie makes me feel something?
Maybe not, but they asked about action thrillers. They didn't ask about emotion, right?
Fair.
If it's a badass action movie, I want Tommy Lee Jones.
That's fair. Although, boy, that's
Hackman's good.
Hackman in his prime, and The French Connection is pretty actiony and thrillery.
Hackman's Hackman. You are right. Thank y'all for liking and subscribing and getting your notifications. Quick reminder, the 10 days of concerts out at Hayes City Store, hayescitystoretx.com. March 7th is that first concert. We'll be telling you more about it as we roll forward, but there's a lot of good shows out there to celebrate their 10th anniversary. Make your plans and scan that new advanced QR code. It is the easiest way to sign up for orangebloods.com. We know you have been wanting to. Everybody have a great weekend. Football with friends. One more time from the Combine this afternoon at 6. And then don't forget the Overreaction Monday show. Monday at 9 a.m. There is no telling what Anwar will say about Catch. That's why you got to be watching. Y'all have a good weekend.
No telling what I'll say to provoke Anwar to say the thing that he says about me.
That too. Y'all take care. See ya.